Yeah, I noticed that, I can see
Hmm.
that in my brother, my mom, my grandma. I see it, yeah. From the hair texture, it's a certain tone in the skin.
Yeah. So what happened when they bless you in on one of your celebrated days? The elder women will give you blankets or they give you slippers. If they give you blankets, they are from the interior of North America because that's where it get cold at. And they
Right, right.
and they give you the blanket as a blessing to have a blanket in the cold. So it became synonymous with passing the blessing to somebody when you give them a blanket,
Mm.
right? But when you coming from the Polynesian islands, the power goes with the lady who got the slipper in her hand, Big
Wow.
Mama,
Okay.
right? And the lady that got the slipper in her hand is the one that run the clan. And when she say something, all of the soldiers listen. They don't give a fuck. They can fight each other all day long. When Big Mama say that's enough, it's enough. She take
You
that
know,
slipper off, you know you fucked up.
you know what that makes
Symbol
me
of
think
rulership.
of? Those sitcoms where it's always the neighbor or the mama who has the robe on, the bonnet with the slipper. And that's always Big Mama running things with the authority.
Yeah, because they trying to tell you Big Mama fighting for her position back, so she gonna turn these motherfucking boys loose,
Mhm.
and they gonna rip this motherfucker apart if they can't get this shit right. The only way to get it right is to reverse engineer the process. How did you get here? What happened? So then you have to look at history from a scientific viewpoint to see anomalies, and then you got to use your psychic intuition to determine that this is not true. This does not fit the character and the nature of the ancestors that beat in my veins. We don't operate like that, right? But if they tell me that it's a conjure war, oh yeah, we gets down.
Period.
So
Right.
yeah, but now I'm looking at who's on the land at the time the invaders came. All you had was mid-range chiefs that was practicing to get to the hierarchy. So they
Mm.
had no high chiefs on the land, so they thought they were easy pickings. But they was all warriors going to war.
I remember that. I was there for that when you were talking about that lie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So now if they get us to believe that we ain't from the land, they can convince us that we came from somewhere else. That means we forfeit our right to what's rightfully ours.
Right.
But the problem is they never expected that they call on this motherfucker. They told me to put it together, said it was Humpty Dumpty, fell off the wall. So shit, wasted potential. It's almost impossible to put it back together. Almost mean I stand a chance. If I stand a chance, I'm gonna win.
Right. They say almost doesn't count though. That's what they say. Of course, they would flip it.
Mm-hmm. I just need an opportunity and a chance. I don't need nothing else.
Hope.
I'm gonna discover what it takes to be the best at the function, and then I'm gonna perform my task.
Yep. Um, can I go back to So I moved down here, right? I got heavy into E5. First it was Mami Wata who came to me, then Yamoya, and then it was like Oshun. And they came like all the way down to the point where it's like they all filled me out, and it was like, "Nah, we gonna throw you on Oshun. You, Omo Oshun. You Oshun's child." So I feel like I do have the blessing of all the mothers, but when I came down here, there was a temple, right? It's called Mami Wata Priestess Temple. They did initiations and things, and I always would say, "I'm gonna go down there. I'm gonna make it down there. I'm gonna make it down there." I said it through, I've been in a grease fire. All this happened. It got me pretty good, about 28% of my body. So that was like traumatic in itself, because man, I had to go outside and roll in the grass. I was on fire.
Hell
So,
yeah, shit. I agree, some motherfucker.
hey, I bet you don't do no dumb shit like that no more. Ever again. Yeah, but I had a reading even before that accident happened. I was told Shango is mad at me, or Shango. I don't know how people pronounce it differently. Shango was mad at me. I said, why? Because they said I'm really almost Shango, but Oshun favored me so much. that I'm really her child, because you know what she don't want, she get, period.
Yeah, that's her.
Right. So
Yeah. So
that's
she,
me.
yeah, that's that high resonant love energy. So that's how you using all of those things to look across the same story told in different cultures in order to weave it back together. So now you get to find the members of your family who they represent, because you're going to remember certain things that was done that passed you the juice from different people.
Right. Wow.
It's just going to come to you in flashes. You're going to see it all. And you ain't going to be dying. You're just going to be waking up.
Yeah, you know. So, you know, I want to initiate to that. You know, I feel like, I don't know how you feel. Some people, I listen to Bobby Hemmett where he says you really don't have. It's really according to you initiating yourself, or are you just really awakening those
So it works. Yeah. So
energies of those
remember,
Orishas?
the chosen are the ones who choose themselves, and you choose yourself by working for the position you chose yourself to accomplish.
Okay.
Because you're the writer of your own destiny. And as soon as you surrender that right to somebody else, you surrendered your will.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So now they can use your will to manifest their will, because your will and their will is 10 times stronger than they will alone. That's how they steal your creative potential. Try to put you in the box. If you let them put you in the box, that means you are surrendering your will to them. Grow outside the box and you take back your own destiny, because you have to work and develop into what you want to be.
Oh yeah, man. The gifts that I've gotten, like I'm clairvoyant in a way to where it's like a signal, a frequency I got on people. You know, I think about it happen. I know about it before it happened. Like it's crazy. It's not crazy. It's right. It's fitting. You know what I'm saying? I just
Mm-hmm.
have to stand in that power.
But even when you say crazy, right, that implies a certain wisdom of craftiness incorporated into the appearance of losing your man. That's how you can dance.
Right, man. Ooh, I like the way you wrapped that up. That was, man. They ain't
Yeah.
ready for that one. They don't want to hear that. I don't talk about that.
Yeah. So that's why you got to see what your best life. You don't see it. You feel what your best life feel like, and try to keep yourself feeling that it's coming, that it's here. The longer you can stay in the feeling, the more you draw it to you. Right? How do
Right,
your best life feel?
man.
Right? And that's how you find your way in the dark. But
Even
you
if
got
it's hard, even if it seems hard, you
it's,
got to do that.
so it's hard. So that means the harder it is, the higher you're trying to climb.
Right.
The easier it is, you chasing the low hanging fruit. You squandering your potential. Welcome the challenge of the difficulty, because when you run into the difficulty, that means you're growing. The difficulty is the growing pains being revealed to you in real time.
I've been having that all my life, man. Like from childhood, you don't know. My name is Shamira. You know, it's Arabic, or you can say Hebrew. It means ready for battle, or battle ready warrior.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I got that life path 11. I know you're supposed to put that stuff out because people, they know something about you. They try to put stuff on you, but on life path
Yeah,
11,
this is not the time. At the close of the age, we closing conjures. People sending shit out to other people, it's already sending it back to them tenfold. They better not be doing that dirty shit. This is
hey,
this is this is the reemergence of the rules of righteousness, right? So
period.
if you raise that back up, that frequency,
Turn it up, turn it all the way up, let it out.
yeah.
It's not time to hide it. It's time to invoke it and speak it. Yeah, because you just confirmed a lot of stuff for me,
Chaotic.
They call it going through puberty, right?
Mm-hmm.
Once we get done going through that, we supposed to be balanced so that now we can go balance out other people. This is an accelerated learning program on how to find the balance between self and others,
Mm-hmm.
right? So, like when they say, why we talk about Dolores Cannon? You don't remember what Noble Drew Ali said? I'm going to make the European tell you the truth.
Mm. Mm.
Is she a European? Jane Goodall is a European. They all telling you. Rudolph Steiner was a European. Franz
Gerald Master.
Bardone was a European. Right? They all telling you pieces of the truth. Yep. Gerald Massey, what's the other one? Albert Church Ward. They're Europeans. But they drop in the science for us to put it together because we wasn't allowed to do it. See, and a lot of us don't know about the history of the Moors in Europe. They what you call they temple hands was pale faced. You can't be exposed to the God science lifetime after lifetime and not learn something from it. Right? They was trying to keep them in the perpetual loop where they can't ascend. That's the great sin. That's the great debauchery. You created a sentient being and denied them the right to ascension. Now you're going to be punished by your sins, not for them motherfuckers. The same motherfuckers you had your foot on their neck for all them years, now they going to put their foot on our neck. Ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun, when we was ruling the world for all them millions of years, infighting. I don't like you because your part of the family got more reptilian than my part of the family. We more mammalian. So now we want to fight. So we get to the point that we fighting so much, we go into the laboratory and make a whole new motherfucker to fight for us. And mistreated them, threw them away in the caves and hillsides of Europe like garbage, and pissed off the queen of heaven and earth. All of the good got to suffer with the bad. We've been being punished by our sins, not for them. That's why they had the absolute right to run that reign of terror on us. And as long as we keep hating motherfuckers, we're going to keep dealing with hate. And you got to get it out of the self before you can get it out of the world.
Right.
Right? You can't. So those temple hands, some of them became what you call overly ambitious. These is your Prescotts and your Bushes who decided while we was in this conjure war, Kali Yuga, this is the perfect time for us to take over. And they tried to take over while we was fighting our conjure war, trying to find out what side of the ocean we came from. We was already here. We know that much. And we know they came and they brought their servants with them. And when they challenged us to the conjure war, when the servants wrote down what the conjure war was going to consist of, under these harsh conditions, they won't even see us taking over. We got the right to keep our foot on their neck, snap their neck, lynch them, burn them, barbecue them, roast them, boil them, fricassee them, hook them up to horses and make them run in 4 different directions and snatch them apart. We got the reign of terror on their ass because the love of the great mother ain't on earth right now. Then we ain't got no protection. Why did she withdraw? Because you motherfuckers don't want to listen. The same dumb shit y'all trying to do now, racism, sexism, convert the children into the alternate gender, everything that's was belligerent to nature. You're going to suffer for the shit again if you repeat it. Don't nobody want to hear that part. That's why they always tell us, if you don't learn from history, what happens? That's to repeat it. I learned from that shit. I'm not repeating that shit. So y'all gonna have to get y'all shit together, listeners, because I'm not finna go through that shit. I don't give a fuck. You got good motherfuckers and you got foul motherfuckers. All the foul motherfuckers can go where foul motherfuckers belong, in a foul ass place together. And all the good motherfuckers can continue to go about following the great law as caretakers of the land, air, and the water. That's my perspective.
Right, man. This was amazing. I appreciate you for dropping this. And what year are we actually in, Rod?
Man, you can, depending on what calendar you're using. The year is subjective. It's subjective to which calendar you're using. So if you're using the Islamic calendar, you in the year of 14 something. But if you're using the Ethiopian calendar, you in like 2012. The regular Julian calendar or Gregorian calendar we in 2023. So depending on what calendar you use, and each one of those calendars come with a set history attached to it. Right? That's in order to restrict you within the confines of that calendar's understanding of reality.
Mm-hmm.
It's to shift you on a timeline they want you on.
Mm.
I don't accept none of the timelines as anything other than a tool.
Mm.
The codes come in on numbers. And when you use the numbers for the date, the month, and the year, those numbers is telling the message. Like this is a 7 year. This is a year of completions, of perfecting things. Right?
Okay.
If you don't know what your enemy did, you can't get your people out of it. I'm showing y'all in real time what they did.
Okay.
Buckle y'all seatbelts, because you finna find out that we ain't had nothing to do with nothing in that Bible before 1492.
That's right.
First of all, who in the heck is a Cherokee? Where them sun guns come from?
That's right.
That's not no organic tribal name. Let's go to them photos and let's show y'all what I'm talking about.
Let me share that. There we go. First up.
Blow it up. I want to be able to see this.
Okay.
Okay, this is the Elliott Indian Bible. This is when they start coming in, adapting their Bible to suit us to steal our birthright. They say the Elliott Indian Bible, Algonquin, Mamuse, Wunutupuatami, Up Biblum, God, also known as the Algonquin Bible, was the first translation of the Christian Bible into an indigenous American language, as well as the first Bible published in British North America. Now, who North America they say?
British North America.
British North America.
Yeah,
it was prepared by English Puritans, missionary John Eliot, by translating the Geneva Bible into the Massachusetts language. Printed in Cambridge, Massachusetts, the work was first appeared in 1661 with only the New Testament. An edition included all 66 books of both the Old and New Testament was printed in 1663. Right? So now this is giving you biblical history of the Bible that they brought over here with them and how they adapted it to our culture. Nobody did never hear me say that they didn't steal our symbols.
Yeah.
Nobody did never hear me say that they didn't steal parts of our culture to adapt their narrative to suit. Right? Okay, now, the inscription of the 1663 edition cover page, beginning with Mamuse Wunupanatbe, Up Biblum God, corresponds in English to the whole Holy His Bible God, both Old Testament and New Testaments. This turn by the servant of Christ, who was called John Eliot. The preparation of and printing of Eliot's work was supported by the Society of Propagation of the Gospel in New England, whose governor was the eminent scientist Robert Boyle. Okay, so now this is telling you when they was adapting the Bible to suit the culture of the people that was here. Okay, let's go to the next slide, because we're trying to find out who these Cherokees is.
Yeah, right. Let's get them.
Okay, so this still talking about the Bible. Stephen Day of England contacted Jose Glover, a wealthy minister who disagreed with the religious teachings of the Church of England, to transport a printing press to America in 1638. Glover died at sea while traveling to America. His widow, Elizabeth Harris Glover, Stephen Day, and the press arrived in Cambridge, Massachusetts, where Miss Glover opened her print shop with the assistance of Day. Day started the operation of the first American print shop, which was forerunner of Harvard University Press. The press was located in the house of Henry Dunster, the first president of Harvard College, where religious materials such as the Bay Psalm book were published in the 1640s. Elizabeth Glover married President of Harvard College, Henry